If your cat's going camping, they're gonna need a tent. Hi everybody and welcome to Cats and Pats. Today, we're making ourselves a cool little cat tent. And rather than blathering on about how my lawnmower just broke, let's get right into it. So, the stuff you're gonna need. So every tent needs fabric. And for you, that's an old medium-sized t-shirt. So get yourself one of those. Next, we're gonna need a base for our tent. And for that, we need two 15 by 15 inch pieces of cardboard. But ideally, you have a big old box with a cat in it. So if you have a really big box where you can cut out a complete 15 by 15 inch square with no creases, that's best. However, if you just have small pieces, and this is bigger than 15 inches, if you have small pieces with a fold down the middle, that'll still work out. You just may do an extra step for stability. So you got your cardboard. Every time, bugger. Next, get yourself two wire metal clothes hangers, and you're gonna use these to make the frame of your tent. Along those lines, you're gonna need some cutting tools. So for cardboard, a pair of scissors or a box cutter should do the trick. But you are gonna need to cut the clothes hangers as well. So some like heavy snips like this should work, and those will work just fine. But if you wanna make things real easy for yourself, I like a pair of bolt cutters. I didn't have my saw, I had to bring in something. Next, you're gonna need some glue to hold your cardboard together, which generic like Elmer's school glue would do the trick. I didn't have that handy, so I'm just using my hot glue gun. It just has to be hard enough to hold that cardboard nice and snug together. A pair of pliers for working with your clothes hangers. Also, you're gonna need some tape for putting stuff together at the end, as well as some safety pins. You don't need this many, but we had a whole bag. You're probably gonna need like 5, maybe not even that much. Oh yeah, you're gonna need something to measure out your square, which a ruler would work, a yardstick. I just got a square because it was easy and convenient. It'll make my edge like nice and 90 degrees. So with all that, let's get started. Okay, camera slightly adjusted. The first thing I always like to do is make myself a little workspace. That way I don't have to worry about scuffing up the floor or anything. So first thing I'm gonna do is cut out two sides of my box. That way I can make my two 15-inch squares. So using whatever tool you want, just mark out a 15 by 15 inch square and cut it out. So, came along this crease, mark out a square, good to go. One square down, you can throw this on your other piece and just use this as a template as well. Alright, so with both squares cut out, it's time to glue them together. And if you weren't able to get two pieces that were all like, one piece without a fold in them, there's a couple things you can do. So let's say these are your two pieces. When you glue them together, you're gonna wanna make sure that your folds are perpendicular to each other. And that's because, say this is your back one, it's going to wanna bend this way, but when it's glued to this piece, it can't. Same thing with your front piece. If it wants to bend left and right, your back piece will hold it rigid. If you really wanna make sure it's nice and secure, you can get some rigid things and put them between your two pieces of cardboard and help stabilize it. So say you had an extra hanger, you could cut off the bottom of this, glue it onto this piece, and then glue the other one on top, and that will keep it nice and sturdy. So moving on, time to glue these together. And this is nothing special, you learned how to do it when you were young, just glue them together. Okay, so hot glue gun, not so much. It doesn't come out fast enough for me to slap the two pieces together. Hey, no you didn't. Wait, excuse. But if you have a better one, it might work better. So on to method 2. I think rubber cement would be good, but we ran out. So it's time to improv. Alright, attempt 2, we're gonna take our stacked pieces, and using a stapler, we're gonna put a line of staples all around the outside. And then I'm gonna use a big piece of duct tape like on the edges and fold it over to cover up any exposed staples. Okay, that seems nice and secure. Time to fix the edges. Alright, there we go. Edge is nice and secure. So go ahead and set that to the side, and now grab your hangers and we're going to work on the frame. The very first thing you're going to do is cut your hanger right here and here at the very bottom of your hook. So there's nothing like overkill. One down. Next thing you're going to do, take your pliers and try to kind of straighten out these bends so you have like one nice long piece. And don't worry about flattening it out too much, because the very next thing we're going to do is try to take this and bend it into a long arch. So let's do that. And how far you want to bend it is just going to be the diagonal of your base. So say you have your cardboard, you get your archway, and then your two ends are going to fit here on the corners. So however nice and rounded you can make that is good. And so you want to try to make it uniform, but don't stress too much about it, because all you have to do is hold up a shirt. I almost got blinded on camera. Be careful when you're working with your hanger, and don't be dumb and almost poke your eye out, because wherever you cut these is pretty sharp. So the next thing you need to do is poke 4 holes in your corners. Some people will just try to use the end of the hanger to try to poke through the cardboard. I think that's a little bit more difficult. I say just get like a screw or a nail and kind of use that to dig in there. A screw in particular is nice because you can kind of just go back and forth, and it creates a nice little small hole straight through there. For example. And there you go. And then your hanger edge can just go and whoop, go right into it. So go ahead and do that on your corners. So after you have your holes, take a hanger, stick it through about an inch or so, go diagonally across your cardboard, stick the other end about an inch or so. After you stick it in, you're going to want to bend your end down flat to the cardboard so it kind of like hooks around there. So an easy way to do that, rather than try to bend it in when it's only about an inch deep, is to push it through a little bit further. That way you have enough room to get your pliers in there, and you can really make a nice 90-degree angle. And it should hook in there and grab on, and with that, you should have a nice little archway. So now we're just going to do the same thing on the opposite corners. And boom, with all 4 corners in, you should have yourself a nice little tent frame. And if your arches look a little lopsided, just take this time now to kind of bend them however you want. Wherever your hanger comes through your cardboard, take a piece of duct tape and cover up that metal hook. And if you want to, do 2. And make sure you do this for all 4 corners. Finally, get some tape and tape across the little X where your hangers cross each other. And with that top tape together, we have ourselves our frame. Alright, so our next step is to get our tent fabric and put it on. So get your shirt, toss it on over, and pull it on across. And as you're pulling it through, try to get your shirt opening kind of in the center here to make a nice entranceway. When you have your shirt most of the way on, we're going to take the sleeves and pull it tight underneath, and then we're going to fasten it on the bottom, along with the back as well. So I'm going to take the underside of the shirt, pull that nice and tight, and fasten this first. Alright, with the bottom fastened, I'm going to take both sleeves and kind of pull them around and pull it tight. And you can kind of pull on your right sleeve and your left sleeve depending on how you want to position your entrance. Just try to keep it tight. Clearly I'm not the best at safety pinning things, but it's all tight and snug, and I got myself a little cat tent. My frame is a little wonky, I can go in there and try to bend the edges some more, but still, how it is, I think my kitties are gonna like it. The last little thing is to get another shirt or like a towel and stick it in the bottom, because who wants to sleep without a sleeping bag? I got a big, thick bathroom towel and stuck it in there, so now it's nice and snug. I think Moo Moo is gonna love this. He's always trying to get like underneath the comforter and stuff. And if you want to change it up, it's easy enough to pop off the shirt and put on a new shirt. Just like the hammock, you can like, change out designs or change it for the season or whatever you want to do. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased. And I'm excited to see how the kitties like it. And if you like this tent and you want more DIYs, I have a whole bunch of them, including how to make that hammock back there. So I hope you liked it. It's been fun. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.